Hey guys, hope you're having a fantastic day. Your old buddy Tim back in the Revolved Realty studio. And today we are doing a little video here, and this is for you parents out there. Parents like me who have grown children. Now, is there a point when you quit calling them your kids? My youngest, Sierra, is what, 20, 23, 24, 23? And I still call her my kid. She'll always be my baby. And I think it is that paternal feeling that we have toward our children that makes us want to help them, particularly when they want something. We want to help them get it. Well, in this case, we're talking about a house, a home. If your child is looking to you for assistance in purchasing a house, the big question becomes is, number one, are you able to do it? Do you have the finances, the credit, whatever it's going to take to help this child, this adult child? And number two is, should you do it? Not every kid is worthy of putting your cash and credit on the line. I know you hate to hear that, but it is true. So I want to do a couple of videos about this topic because I do hear about it a lot. And fortunately for me, my kids are making way more money than the old man. So I don't think I've got to help them to buy a house. But a few things you want to think about is, first of all, is what is your why? Why are you thinking about, or why do you want to help your grown child get into a house on their own? So your knee-jerk answer is probably, well, because I want my kids to be happy. I want to help them out. And again, that's all well and good. Been there, done that. Have that feeling every day. But let's talk about the child for a bit here. A few things you need to look at. Number one is, how well does your adult child manage his or her own finances? Are they gainfully employed? Are they bringing in an income? Do they have credit established? If so, is that credit good, or have they torpedoed it, as so many folks do? So the first question you want to ask is, how well does your adult child manage the money that they have? Do they have a job? Do they have an income? Are they living within their means? Do they manage their money well? Are they deeply in debt already? Have they ruined their credit? You see that a lot. These kids go to college and they are inundated with offers from credit card companies, and they not only come out of college with a lot of student debt, they may come out of college with some dings on their credit. So the first question you should ask is, how well does your child manage money and credit? All right. The second question is, how well does your child save money? Do they have a savings account? Have they been saving money? The biggest expense when buying a house quite often is coming up with a down payment. Have they saved all or part of that down payment? And if so, that's going to tell you a lot about how well they manage their money. Another question is the house or the area where the kid wants to buy, is that a good real estate market? Is it a good neighborhood? Are the homes in this neighborhood maintaining their value? Is the upward trend financially going on in that neighborhood? So you've got to look at that. Another question is this. Should you give that child, let's call it what it is, part of his inheritance now when they need the money the most? Or are you going to wait until you kick the bucket and then they come in and take your money? If you're in a position to help a child, chances are, your funds are well in place. You manage your money well. You've got retirement. And it may be that rather than leaving that child an inheritance 20, 30, 40 years down the road, hopefully, maybe you should look at giving them that down payment now as part of that inheritance. And I'm looking at my notes here because I don't want to forget anything. Another thing to look at is your kid still in college? Are they just going to college? Or are they gainfully employed and putting down roots? When my oldest daughter, Chelsea, went to college, Chelsea's mom, who's very heavily into real estate, actually bought a house in the town where Chelsea was going to college. And it wasn't so much buying Chelsea a house, but buying a house there that was an investment, because that did become an income property for a bit after Chelsea left school, and it was eventually sold. So the final question is, if you've got an adult child asking for your help to buy a home, can they qualify for the mortgage? That's a big one, because if they can't qualify for the mortgage, that's going to put you in the position of becoming the mortgagee or the mortgagee. You're going to be the one paying the bills and getting the mortgage. All right. So you have to ask yourself, okay, am I willing to take on the debt and the responsibility of a mortgage for this home for my adult child? And I'm going to do a couple of more videos, because there are other things you need to consider, particularly if you are going to do a mortgage, like your credit worthiness and your ability to pay that mortgage if the child suddenly doesn't, and that sort of thing. Yeah, I know you want to help your kid. We all do. But you also have to make sure you are not putting yourself in a bad position by doing so, okay? So how much money does your kid have? Are they ready to put down roots? Are they good with money? Do they have a savings account? What's their credit like? And finally, if they cannot qualify for a mortgage, are you willing to put yourself on the line to help them out? All right. I hope that was helpful. I'll do a couple of more videos on this topic. There's a lot to talk about. In the meantime, if I can help you in any way when it comes to real estate, give me a call, 256-679-0704, or look me up, tim@revolved.com. Okay. And kudos to you for being a good parent. God knows it's hard sometimes.